this video, I'm going for a full sales call from beginning to end, trying to sell a prospect to join the gym. They're going to keep it as natural as possible, and if I do a poor job at handling their objections or preventing them, then they can just hang up there and then if they want to. Now, obviously, I'm not going to let that happen. So what I've done is some research on consultative selling. So that's the technique I'm using for the video. I've got my notes down there in terms of the structure I'm going to use. It's the first time I've ever put the theory into practice for an entire sales call, so it's going to be interesting to see the results. So in the comments, just roast me below and I'll improve on it next time. Now, without that being said, let's sell some memberships. Hey, it's just unique, Jordan. I've got your member profile here. Just wonder if you could help me out for a second.
Yeah, sure.
So it says here on your member profile, you've not actually entered the gym on site once. And I'm just curious as to why.
Well, the main reason I haven't been able to do it is because I've been quite, busy to say the least with my long journey into work. That takes up a fair amount of my time, so I don't really have the free time to spend inside the gym. It's the way it works. The longer I spend down in Portsmouth, the less time I have after my house to do what's necessary, like wash, eat, and stuff. So I tend to just leave work and home straight.
Oh, that's fair enough. So when you leave work and you go straight home, are you still training? Like, what are you doing?
I tend to train on the days I'm actually more free than not. So Friday, since I don't work on those days, and the weekend usually there's free time for another excursion than one day throughout the week.
So roughly how many days a week would you say you're working out, the man?
Try to get three, but at the very least two.
2 days a week, okay. So what is it you're actually training for, the man? Just so I'm aware.
Well, since I'm already a national, I'm training to just keep my body in pretty good condition. To the point where I'm highly able to do a lot of things. Not to the point where I'm on like a professional scale in all aspects, but to the point where I'm able.
Yeah, I get that. But what do you mean by like you're able to do a lot of things?
Such as skills in running, good muscular endurance. Doesn't have to be an intense level of it, but good baseline and muscular strength. Good level of flexibility, coordination, balance, that sort of thing.
But what's a good level of muscular endurance, of balance? What's a good level? What does that specifically mean for you personally?
Where I can withstand a high level of exertion throughout a day. Say if I have to exert myself in, to be more case specific, say a zero G environment or one that's more reliable to us, say a pool for an entire day, if my muscles can handle that.
Okay. So when it comes to like, being in physical shape all around, it sounds like you want to be. Is there any like, astronauts that you look up to that are in the physical shape you would want to be in?
Me personally, I've never really had much role models in anything, but I suppose just looking at astronauts as a whole, most of them do keep a good level of physical fitness.
What's a good level of
He's not a
physical
role model of
fitness?
mine.
What's a good level of physical fitness?
Under the same criteria of what I mentioned prior.
Oh, okay, I get that. Now, Dwayne, how do they actually? Because I don't really know. Obviously, I work in the gym, but I don't really know the astronauts personally. Like you might eventually. What is it? What's the criteria that they have? Like, is there tests that they run to like see if they're physically fit enough to actually be on the ships and in space?
I don't know the test inside and out. Only physical one I can think of is a swimming test. I know they take your blood pressure as well. But like actual physical tests, no, it is. They normally just say keep like a baseline of good fitness.
But they do like a swimming test at the least, right? And
yeah.
What about like a muscular endurance or something like that? Flexibility test, do you know about that?
No.
Okay. So, Dwayne, how's your swimming, man?
Not good. I can swim, but yeah, it's just not great.
What's not great though?
Uh, well, I don't swim with my arms, so I've always only swum with my legs, and that I mean it's doable. Getting I can move around the pool like so, but I don't get much speed, and it's very much reliant on how long I can hold my breath for. Since in my swimming style, it holds no room for me coming up where
Why though? Why is that the case?
I kind of whenever I've been learning swimming, I just never really um, latched onto the idea of using my arms. Never really stuck with me. So
Is it
it's always been like swimming.
is it something that you don't know how to do, or you just you don't know where to start to actually get to that skill?
Uh, don't really know how to start on that skill. That's the best way of saying.
Okay. And is that something that you require to be able to do as a astronaut?
Yeah, you have to be on the level of like a scuba diver in swimming skill.
Oh, are you on a level of a scuba diver, Dwayne?
No,
How far off are you?
quite far because I don't know. At least for scuba diver training, you require like at the bare minimum, like the ability to tread water. Like I can't do that.
Oh, I see, man. So can you just walk me through what you're actually doing to, get to that scuba diver level?
Well, whenever I can, I tend to go to the swimming pool, at least practice a couple of legs of the pool. Try like a couple freestyle swimming
And,
techniques, or at least improve my basic one.
and when is whenever you can, Devon?
That's usually on the Fridays and weekends, like I mentioned.
So once a week, twice a week, or what specifically?
Yeah, around twice.
Twice a week consistently every week, or
Uh, yeah, I'd say.
okay? And are you getting like coaching and skill training, or you just go in there and just trying out?
Just trying out.
Okay, so do you think with your current method, Divine, you're gonna be able to get from where you are now to being at that scuba diver level?
It would happen, but it'd take a very long time.
But why though?
Since I'd be teaching myself entirely, so it'd be a lot of on target practice.
Mm, yes, you know what? So it sounds to me like you want to be an astronaut and you can see, understand what requirements there are, but you're going twice a week, which is good, but is that really enough to get you to that scuba diver level and be accepted to?
Uh, well, yeah, well, I think it'd be which would be handling that side of things. But
Oh, yeah, whatever what organization would it be? How do that?
well, it depends which space organization I sign up with. It could be ESA, NASA,
Mm.
any.
And do you think NASA will accept someone that can swim okay but not good, that doesn't use their arms? Do you think that's something they would accept, Divine?
No, they wouldn't. But with what I can handle, well, not handle. I mean, what I can give up to in terms of training is the best I can suffice as of right now.
Mm. So if you kept on doing what you're doing now for, let's say the next year, 2 years, shit, even 5 years, do you think you'll get to the position where you're at that scuba diver level where you're able to be comfortable in the water, do all these things, and be a top level swimmer for, a NASA just by using your legs? Do you think that's enough, Devon?
In 5 years' time, I could see that happening. In one, not so much.
Mm. And are you willing to risk 5 years of your life of essentially gambling that you might actually get to that level, where you can actually be accepted? That's another 5 years. You'll be how old? Probably in your
Well, yeah.
late
Since I've
20s.
started my apprenticeship recently, that would be 1 year after I finish my current one, so I'll be 22.
Mm. And then from there, how long would it take to actually get into, astronaut?
That's quite dependent as well on when they do next call for astronaut, because I still wouldn't be done on my academic journey there, because I would have to go for my level 5. so I can end up on the path to get a master's. So it'd be another 5 years, so 10 years overall.
So it sounds to me you don't really know exactly the time span that what might take you to get to that level.
Nah.
No, okay. Now, what if there was a way, Divine, where you could actually know exactly and fast track the time that would take you to get from being the level you are now, where it comes to swimming, going 2 times a week, barely being able to swim, to go into that scuba diver level in the next 2 years? What if you could actually scalably do that, and then you know you're gonna get accepted, that the fitness aspect is not a problem anymore? How would that make you feel personally?
Yeah, well,
That,
I'd be quite happy with it.
but why though?
Well, because I mean, it would streamline the process, make it a bit quicker for everything.
So make it quicker, so less time needed to actually, you know, get to where you want to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and where is it you actually see yourself in the next 5 years?
In what regards?
So like the best case scenario, where would you like to be in the next 5 years?
Either on track or already in the level 5 apprenticeship. And then, of course, going through that. And then, ideally, becomes in swimming. And be at the point where I'm just maintaining the level of fitness rather than working to reach it.
And okay, so is that the best case scenario for you?
Uh, yeah, outside other skills I'd have to learn, yeah.
Okay. Now I think it's appropriate now. I've found out a lot about you in terms of what you want to achieve and what's hindering you. I think it's appropriate now for me to actually tell you how I can fix it for you. Are you comfortable with me proceeding, Divine?
Yeah, go for it.
So I understand you've got not much time to get into the gym, which is why I just want to tell you that this gym specifically that we have on B site, I'm not sure if they told you or not, but we actually have a pool with a swim coach coming in. Now, because I like you, I can get him to speak to you personally, right? The only thing that I need from you, Divine, is to come at least one extra day. As long as I can see you're entering the gym 1 day a week, that's good enough for me, and I'll get you from where you are to becoming that scuba diver level. How does that sound? Fair?
Would there be any other like payments involving with the membership or anything like that?
So the membership to get into the gym is free, but the swim coach they charge at a fixed rate. I don't know the specifics amount, so I can look at my letters here. So yeah, so they charge £10 an hour. So a session could be 2 hours, maybe 1 hour. So you're looking at about, let's say, £10 a week to learn to swim better, alongside your current 2 hours you're doing. Does that sound fair, Divine?
Uh, yeah.
Perfect. So this is what we'll do.
That sounds alright.
Perfect. So this is what we'll do. I'll get you onboarded now. So I can see here in your membership form. All I need to do is take your information and we'll get moving from there. And I'll call you tomorrow for the agreement to sign. Sound fair, Devon?
Yeah, it's alright.
Perfect. Okay. So wait. So say that again.
Like it sounded like you was reading off of a script and you was speaking.
At what part?
Pro.
Throughout all of it.
Yeah, like whenever you ask a question, it sounded like you was checking like the next one you was required to ask rather than one that actually piqued your mind.
So that means I did a poor job at bridging. So can you tell me an example specifically when I did that?
Okay. Remember exact examples gonna be kind of hard, but let me think. Whenever I would mention like anything in relation to the timings, the way you would say why is kind of like you see when someone try to be annoying when you're speaking to them and they keep asking why for no real reason.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of something like that. And right there too, yeah, when you said the interesting, it sounds like you're just like saying nothing with script.
I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because you're working towards an end goal and you know that in your head. So maybe you're just trying to ask everything to push towards the main goal instead of actually getting to know the person.
So not enough rapport then.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well this was the first take. This is on video, by the way. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut the video now. We're gonna keep in the advice you just gave there. In the comments, you can write
Yeah.
down in the comments what you think I need to improve on. But that was a good call.
Okay.
So will I see you in the gym?
Yeah, you should. I'm sure what day should probably be too.
Yeah. Okay. Nice one. Yeah.
No problem.